Respectfully, here are 5 things that I will absolutely not be doing on our homestead. Number 1 is drink raw milk. We have dairy goats, but there is absolutely no way I am drinking that unpasteurized. 96% of milk-related illnesses comes from drinking raw milk, and only 3% of the population is drinking raw milk, so that is very high. In 2024, you're pretty unlikely to actually die from this because we have antibiotics, but why take extra antibiotics if you don't have to? It doesn't take long to pasteurize milk on the stovetop anyways. Number 2, I'm not getting livestock guardian dogs because it's recommended to have about 3 of them for my area because of all the predators. But I am home 24/7 in a nearly glass box. I can watch the animals myself. Here's a really hot take. I don't care for dogs that much. I have one, he's great. I don't want any more. I don't want to go through all the intensive training of teaching them to not kill my own animals, which is so counterintuitive. And those 3 dogs would cost me more in feed than 2 horses would. I'm a horse girl through and through. I'd rather have the horses. Number 3, I'm not going out of my way to avoid GMOs. I know how that works, and selectively grabbing good genes from one thing and then putting it in another so that way they're resistant to disease or pests or whatever is a great way to save crops. It is especially helpful in our cereal grains, which take up a tremendous amount of space to grow. And right now we literally don't have the resources to grow all of the food for everybody without some genetic modification. It is quite literally saving lives and making food cheaper. With that said, some plants are genetically modified so that way they can be sprayed with Roundup without dying. And I know what Roundup's made of, and that is a hard no for me. I will not be spraying any Roundup on our property. And I just try to do my best to not worry while I'm actually in the grocery store because even your organic foods are still sprayed. If you've got some time today, you can go down that rabbit hole. So yeah, GMOs are great. Pesticide, not so much. Number 4, I sell eggs to 4 families, but I will absolutely not be selling any milk, meat, or produce. I'm trying to be intentional about creating a closed loop system. That means I'm putting in extra labor to grow food for my animals rather than buying it. I also buy 0 compost because I make it. This year I may have to buy some soil, but for the most part I don't buy soil either. So my financial inputs are super low, but the labor is really high. So if you wanted to buy my rabbit meat, it would literally be like $30 a pound. Milk would be $25 a gallon. I know there's some people out there who would actually pay that, but I'm way more interested in keeping the products for myself than having that extra income. Number 5, if someone needs antibiotics, they're getting them. A lot of well-meaning homesteaders misunderstand this one. If you've ever seen an animal with pink eye or mastitis, or you've had mastitis yourself, you know how incredibly painful that can be. Antibiotics get to the root of the problem, and they usually fix the pain too. After they've got their shot, read the package and don't collect any meat, milk, or eggs for at least the amount of time that's recommended. If you're truly anti-antibiotic, immediately dispatch that animal. Please don't make them suffer. Those are 5 of my controversial opinions. If you want more, I have a lot. Just please don't cancel me.